Talk 99.5. Let me tell y'all, boy, I had such a good time down at Birmingham Broker on Saturday. I was in the middle of so many things, stopped what I was doing. AJ, you know what the dumb thing I did because I saw you down there? Uh, it was 50 degrees when I got up early Saturday morning. By the time I got downtown, it was 85. I had on the wrong clothes. I had on jeans and boots, and I should have gone with shorts. Will was throwing down with the food truck. Everybody was there. Craig's whole family, Michael's whole family from over at Tapco. Saw Keith, saw AJ. Val was there. It was great. It was a good time. Big times. Down at Birmingham Broker. Of course, we were there to celebrate the opening of BB Electric Moto, which is sort of a new line of business they've got down there, these electric dirt bike motors. Oh, they're so fun. Kids were like out in the streets doing wheelies. In the meantime, their day job is to unload those cars. And I am telling you, that's what they do for you. They are so worth that sort of fixed, very minimal consignment fee that they charge to get your car sold. Just worth every penny of it. You can't sell your car for what they can get for it. And they know where the buyers are. And there are buyers everywhere right now. From time to time, there's just pressure on the market to deliver cars because people age out of theirs and they're looking for more vehicles. And yours could be the one they're looking for. So if you want to know what it's really worth, take it down to Birmingham Broker. It's bhambroker.com, downtown 4th Avenue South. bhambroker.com, just around the corner from Iron City, where we're throwing down on May 15th. You better get your tickets to the Jawbone Jam. They're going to sell out. We're really starting our push now 30 days out. I'm giving y'all a little heads up because we're not quite 30 days out. But May 15th, Ticketmaster or the Iron City site, Brother Kane, Stone Horses and our buddies in the band Cattle. It's going to be a huge night. That is 3 incredible bands. 10th anniversary of the station. We want to see y'all. Go get your tickets because they're going to be gone. You're going to wish you had. All right, let me go straight to the phones. We do have a couple things on Swalwell. He's put a statement out. I'll read that for you later. Who cares? He finally had to step out of Congress. Representative Anna Paulina Luna says there's going to be a crap ton more information coming out on him, including whoever that was shooting the video of him with that prostitute this weekend. Oh, how sleazy. Congress, plenty of drama on their side of the aisle this weekend, too. Frank is in Auburn. Let's keep going. Line 4, Frank. What's up?
Leland, I want to preface everything I'm going to say, start by saying that what's happened in Iran should have happened years ago. I think we can agree with that. But the one thing I haven't heard anybody talk about, and it's just a question or something on my mind. China gave or sold Iran their technology, and the U.S. took it out in 2 or 3 days, whatever. And Russia's been supplying them. My question is this: is this a proving ground for them to upgrade their technology and to see how well they stack up against the U.S.? Because they're not allies; they're a enemy of the U.S. And I just wonder, with everything going on and everything that's happened, I'm just concerned that maybe they're looking at this and starting to gauge and judge what they need to do to adjust to meet or exceed what the U.S. can do.
Do you mean the Chinese? You're talking about the Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, there's 2 in a row incidents where their tech has failed. And we all know from our own products, sometimes you get things from China that are well built, sometimes you don't. They're real good at copying other people's technology and faking it. So in Venezuela, they were also outfitted with the similar air defense systems, and they completely and utterly failed in the Maduro mission. They never saw us coming. And then we hit them with some tech the world didn't even know about, the discombobulator. Then we go into Iran, and the Iranians had exchanged billions of dollars in weapons for cheap oil, discounted oil, because of the embargo, and all of those weapons fell. They never saw us coming. We had dismantled their air defense before they even knew we were over the top of them. Even though there'd been this big old buildup, they just didn't think we would do it. And China's been embarrassed on the world stage.
I get that, and I understand that point. My point is this. Is this China or Russia looking at what's going on and saying, oh, okay, this is a litmus test, and we can see where we can improve?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Every war situation is a learning. I mean, until you field test stuff, you can practice with it all day until it's gone up against the enemy. You don't know what you have. China would improve their system for their own defense and their situation in the standoff with Taiwan. But as for what they sell to the rest of the world, I think they're perfectly happy sending knockoffs and poor technology to the rest of the world, knowing that in a lot of cases it would never have been tested. I mean, these people thought they were defended and China ripped them off. And now I guess the world has seen that. It's going to hurt their sales until they can improve the system for sure.
Well, I guess that was my big question is, you know, China's basically sending their crap out there and seeing how it stacks up. And if it doesn't, they can take that information and update or improve on it. So that's all. The only question I really had is I think the world needs to realize China's not stupid. They're looking at Iran and saying, okay, well, you use this stuff and, it didn't work, so we'll make something better.
Yep. Interesting. So good questions, though, Frank. Yeah. We're all learning from it every time. Like I said, I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but we learn. Every country learns from these things. I mean, look at how an adaptation is part of it. So, and then Randy, I'm gonna get to you. Let me see if I can think this through. So we had the world's foremost drones. Obama allowed one to land in Iran and let them keep it. I swear to you, I think that was intentional. The Iranians took that drone and began their foray into drone technology because they're maniacs. The Iranians designed actually more lethal and cheaper versions of our technology and had a very effective drone. And suddenly they had a customer with Russia. So just like the oil, Chinese are buying their oil on the black market. Russia was happy to buy their drones. Russia's been using those against the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians had to adapt to that. And they came up with this very cheap drone killer. Drones are harder they're slower. We've got these sophisticated systems made to seek out the heat of a missile or a fighter jet. And drones are a little harder to fight. They're like a slow moving bumblebee. And so the Ukrainians developed an anti-drone system that was effective and started being able to hold off on the Russians. We had to get into the theater against the same drones and adapt that technology to this fight, not in Iran because we're not on the ground there necessarily, but in the battle space around there where Iran was just firing off in all directions at the beginning of this thing with everything they had. They've kind of stopped doing that for the moment. Randy's in Jasper. Let's go. Randy, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much. I was going to just tell you, have you heard anything about this new gun law? Something about a badge? It looks like a cop's badge, but it's for your gun rights or something.
No, I have no idea what that's about. Is it like a rights group trying to?
No, it's for the state of Alabama.
We saying the state issues
some
this
guy
thing?
at work was. Yeah.
Man, I'll have to. I don't know. That's not much for me to go on. Tell me more about it. Let me see if I can. Maybe somebody in the audience knows.
Yeah, and I was going to tell y'all too. Y'all do a good job. I don't get to listen to you too much because at work we don't have no radio or nothing. But God bless you, you and AJ too, and everything. If you can find out, I would really appreciate it.
Well, tell me. I need a little more info. Maybe the audience does too. So you're saying that state issues something that's similar to a badge that has something to do with your right to carry a gun?
Yeah, it's like a permit, but like a permit we used to get was made like your driver license. This is like a badge you can get.
Well, I hadn't seen that. I don't know much about that. I'm sure somebody does though. We got a lot of law enforcement folks that listen as well that might want to let us know what you're talking about. Randy, I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate the compliment too. Distinctive Pools bringing you the show tonight. Thanks, buddy. Distinctive Pools. Gary Levesque and his whole team ready to get you a hole dug and put you a beautiful surround around it. They're both pool experts and hardscape experts. And I talk about this a lot, but the pools have changed a lot since I was growing up. It was just about the water. I mean, if you had a diving board and some concrete, we were happy to have a pool in those days, but people are making them more architecturally pleasing, and they're building these outdoor features that you can use even in the fall and the winter. Outdoor living space with a fireplace and a TV and your pool's over there. So I'm just letting you know, if you've got a project on that scale, they can do the whole thing. They can do any phase of this too. Maybe you want to go ahead and build the outdoor living area with their hardscape version of the company, part of the company, and then do the pool later, or vice versa. They'll do it. They'll handle it. And when they're done, it'll look like it belongs. It'll look like it fits on the house. And that's important. A pool shouldn't look like it's just an add-on. It ought to be part of the home. And when it's done right, you'll just enjoy it longer. You'll invite people over. You'll make it a selling point if you ever put your house on the market. It's distinctivepools.com. If you want it done right, do it with Distinctive. Distinctivepools.com. Back here in just a minute. It's 520, Leland Live, Talking at M5, Michelson Laser Vision, ready to make you see better. If you're in glasses or contacts, don't blow this message off. I used to. I was you. I wasn't even thinking about it. I mean, I thought people were just wasting money. Or maybe it was too risky. I think I was just a little squeamish. But I was you. I made the same excuses. Just hear me. At least go and visit Michelson and find out if you'd be a good candidate. That's the only way to know, is to get the eye exam. And then they have a whole program to educate you. It's not a sales pitch. They don't have to sales pitch. People are lined up to get in there. But they do want you to understand what you're getting into because it's an elective procedure. So you should know the risk and the benefits. It was that very instruction that made me go. I mean, I looked at that before I even did the exam because I wasn't down there to get the surgery. I just want to know how it worked. They said, well, what's this? This is what all our patients get informed about. And then I understood it and I went, well, that makes sense. See, I was operating on a lack of information. I did it. It's been wonderful. I wouldn't take anything for being able to see all the time with my own eyes. I'm still 2015 going on 7 years. Even at my age, it has really been, it's nothing short of miraculous. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't trust any other place. There are lots of people that offer similar services. No one, I don't think anyone in town has the Contura system, but no one is Dr. Mark Michelson and no one is Dr. Jennifer. And that's what you get. And their incredible, well-experienced team around them. MichelsonLaserVision.com, downtown UAB Highlands. Michelson Laser Vision. All right. Let me do this Swalwell thing. AJ, have I caught up on the calls? I'm trying to make sure. I thought I got both of those guys in there. Yeah, I did. Okay. So Eric Swalwell has put a statement about the allegations and his resignation from Congress, because Congress, I told you all at the beginning of the show, high drama when they get back after a vacation. And this is what the Democrats got to deal with. Republicans are happy to pile on. But you get a sense there's more out there than we've heard. There's more out there than the little weenie pics and the harassment and the accusation of rape. And that's bad enough, but you get a sense there's a whole lot more. And we already know about the Fang Fang spy scandal. And I believe the Democrats are afraid, and it's a conspiracy theory, but I'm going to throw it at you, that if there's more on the spy scandal, they're the ones that covered for this guy, and the doo-doo's going to get on them. There's a rule in politics. If you fling in doo-doo, make sure you don't fling it on yourself. It's like hand grenades. If you pull the pin, you better throw it. And so I think they're afraid of blowout other than just the California governor's race, and he was about to divide their base up and give the Republicans a shot at that race. This is bigger than that. Something nuclear is underneath, and people keep hinting about it. And it's the same people that were hinting all this stuff would be coming out last week anyway. Here's what Swalwell said. He said, I'm deeply sorry to my family, my staff, my constituents for mistakes in judgment. Look, let me stop there. A mistake in judgment is mismatching like your shirt with your pants, right? You think, oh, this looks good. Or you put on a brown sock and a blue sock, and you're like, oh, wow, that was a mistake. This dude was a serial felon with this stuff, it seems. He was sociopathic about it, and he was creeping on women and relieving himself on them all over the place because he thought he was bulletproof. Congress had already covered him for Fang Fang, so who's gonna go after him? NBC News, the New York Times. I'm not a Republican. They're not going to bother me until they need to, and then all this doo-doo comes back to haunt him. And so, AJ, you think him and everybody's got a podcast nowadays? You think he and Anthony Weiner could get together and start a podcast now?
I think so, because, I mean, Anthony Weiner was doing some radio in New York City.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to make a comeback. This guy had the audacity after sending his Weiner pics to underage people. Now he wants to get back into politics. They never quit. Do you know the show could be called Ask Me About My Wiener? What movie was that where that actor... The guy that was in Superbad, he had to dress up in a banana costume, like some fraternity was hazing him, and he had to go around campus and tell them to ask him about his wiener or something. I don't know. Ask me about my wiener. All right, well, let's go to, is it Mike or Mick?
Mick.
Mick in T-Town. What's up, Mick?
Hey, Leland.
Hey,
one
man.
of the things that's not been mentioned, and some of this is, I'm sure, misinformation. The Iranians supposedly bought 5 or 6 kilo class diesel subs from the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
We got one in the initial war when it started, and they're still looking for 5 of those things.
Oh, we'll find
That
it.
could be the reason that we're blocking the straits, because these things have ICBM capabilities, but they don't have the ICBMs.
Well, that's true, but if the blocking of the strait is more about the economics of the world and clearing the mines out. But yeah, that'd be a residual benefit if there are any subs loose and operating anywhere. I'm telling you, our Navy is
because
our submarine warfare capability is there's no one in the world that's even close, and they can find a whale farting 100 miles away, so they'll find this thing.
That's right. That's right. But I just happened to think about that. The Kilo class was not a big thing, but they could wreak some havoc on some shipping lanes and stuff like that. So that might be another reason they've got as many frigates and cruisers over in the straits. So I just figured I'd mention that.
It's good stuff, man. Thanks, Mick. Good observation.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Thank
keep an
you.
eye on that story as well. Joe is on a cell phone. Let's go to Joe. What's up, Joe?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, I was calling about that, or chiming in about the fellow that's talking about the stars on the.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm in St. Clair County, and when I renewed my pistol permit, of course, it's open carry in Alabama. Of course, you don't have to have a pistol permit, but if you travel out, the surrounding states, you need to have one.
Yep.
For the other states to honor it. Some do, some don't. But St. Clair County, the pistol permit they give you is looks like your driver's license, and it's got two sheriff stars is what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean that because it comes from the sheriff's department. Maybe somebody's just confused on that. I don't know anything about a badge.
He was asking about that, and I was like, I don't know why. You open up your wallet and somebody, you're at the convenience store and they see, you got a sheriff's. They think you're a sheriff's badge or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to carry one. I don't mind the one that's the size of a driver's license because it's easy to put in your wallet. Thanks, Joe. Let me see if I can get Greg in here, AJ. I think we've got just enough time to get one more. Greg, what's up, buddy?
All right, good afternoon. Swalwell couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
What a jerk. Yeah, I know it.
There's just absolutely, this is one of the guys that if a woman says it, believe her. But now,
yes.
He denies, no, I didn't do any of these things, but I'm going to resign. That is not the move of an innocent person. Well deserved. And you were talking about not you're getting in a fight you don't want it getting on you. The great late Lou Holtz, one of my favorite quotes of his, he said one of the things he learned, if you're in a Manuki fight, you need to keep your mouth shut.
All right, I'm stealing that. I'm completely stealing that, Greg. I'm using that. Even though last week AJ admitted on there if he got in a monkey poo throwing fight, he would throw his poo at the monkey as well. Do you remember admitting that last week?
Yes, yes.
Hey, is there an update on the monkey civil war in Uganda?
I haven't checked on them on this weekend, so I need to do a checkup and see how they are handling their beef with each other.
We'll update you later in the week. I'm sure somebody will have an update. Y'all, Gutter Cap is still running their 45% off sale. You cannot beat this price. This is the system that works. Nothing else really works. All the other products are a copy of Gutter Cap. Y'all go and get them to come out and give you an estimate for their patented one-piece, all-aluminum metal system that's going to be there forever once they put it up there and you're done struggling with your gutters. It's guttercapbirmingham.com, 823-2212, guttercapbirmingham.com, 45% off with Chris and the gang. Y'all get them out to your house. Back in a minute. All right, sorry I got squirreled there. My son posted a picture of my little grandson, and so I'm like, I got to look at this. I'm that age. I'm there. Hey, y'all, let's talk to. Excuse me, I got pollen in my throat too. Thomas over at Stockton Mortgage is up next here on the hotline. Thomas, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I am quite well.
Man, what a beautiful weekend we had this past weekend, wasn't it?
Yep.
Gosh, such a beautiful weekend. Perfect weather. Hey, I want to remind everybody out there, with the perfect weekend that we had, I know there was lots of people out there that was out looking at houses by, all the applications that we had over the weekend, which is fantastic. But I want to remind everybody, and we're still getting lots of applications in for people refinancing, wanting to try to save some money. Hey, if you're out there and you're struggling with monthly bills and you just want to need somebody to talk to and see if there's any way that we can help and save you money, if you got those credit card bills that are coming in, and I know with the inflation that's happening, hey, give us a call. Let us sit down and see what we can do with your budget. We specialize in helping people save money, and we can help you with a monthly budget and put something in place for you to save you money and help you to show you a way to use your equity to save money monthly. So give us a call. Let us sit down with you, schedule an appointment, 205-859-8859 or savewithstockton.com.
Hey, man, savewithstockton.com. I appreciate you, Thomas. We'll chat with you tomorrow, my friend.
All right. Yes, sir.
We always know the week is going when we get to savewithstockton.com. All right. AJ, I sent you a sound. Let me know when you got it ready. I hadn't even heard the whole thing as soon as it popped up. This goes back to a larger point I've been making about this Swalwell story. A lot of folks, and I'm telling you, there's a bigger lesson here. A lot of folks are going to get caught up in the salacious details and allow this Swalwell story to be about Swalwell, right? That's what the Democrats want you to do. Oh, he's just a sleazebag. This guy had it coming. Believe the women. They'll get sanctimonious and morally superior, but because they had to throw this guy out of Congress. And they threw him out of Congress. He didn't resign. Somebody gave him a call. It was probably Nancy Pelosi. But here's what I'm here to remind you. They defended this guy with every accusation that came out, and these weren't the first times. It's convenient for them to do it now because of two reasons. One, he's about to tank the California governor's race, and two, there's more dirt than what you know now, and they're afraid it's going to go back on them because, again, they kept putting this guy out front. They put him on the Trump stuff when he was completely compromised. We believe he's probably has been I suppose a victim, but the target of a honeypot spy operation, and he might have compromised this country, and they kept covering for him. And now those same people are running for cover from this toxic waste dump of a human being because they're protecting themselves. These media types and the Democrats in Congress do not care about standards. They don't care about these women. This is the phoniest thing ever. They care about themselves, and they feel like they're in trouble, so they're offing this guy. They're throwing him overboard. Here's a montage that somebody just put up of them running for cover the last time Swalwell was under the gun. This was over the Fang Fang incident. And I remember how frustrating that was. It's like, he did what? He was banging a Chinese spy and they left him in the Congress? They just left him in the Congress because there were no political repercussions at the time for the Democrats. I mean, this is the same time they're defending Joe Biden's senility and or just ignoring it and telling us that the border was fine. So they'd believe anything, they'd say anything, they could do what they wanted, and now there's accountability, and they're all running from this guy. Listen to this little quick montage of all the media types going, "Oh, Eric, I know that was probably embarrassing, but it's no big deal, right?"
Seems to have singled you out. He says that he had a briefing, as well as former Speaker Pelosi had the briefing from the FBI, and the FBI never came before this Congress to tell the leadership of this Congress that Eric Swalwell had a problem with a Chinese spy. Political vengeance seems to be the flavor of the day with the 118th Republican-led Congress.
Kevin McCarthy, even in his press conference on Thursday, continues to say false claims about some members, including Eric Swalwell, Adam Schiff, who are key members on the Intelligence Committee, saying that because of some allegations, including a false claim that Swalwell was involved with a Chinese spy.
This is all about the vengeance. It has nothing to do with factually what the reality is. These are small-minded, petty people who are now in charge of committees. And if they remove you, it's going to be a huge mistake, and people know it.
My wife does say, don't threaten her with a good time, because I'm going to be home now for more diapers to be changed, school drop-offs.
Swalwell has never been accused of any wrongdoing. The investigation in question revolved around a woman suspected of being a Chinese intelligence operative more than a decade ago. She helped Swalwell with a campaign event, some fundraising.
Very old FBI investigation from 2015. Basically, the FBI notified Swalwell that an associate of his might be a suspected Chinese spy. When he was notified, he broke ties with that person. And then the FBI investigated and nothing ever came of it. This was, 10 years ago now.
I guess they were going to release the files.
Yeah, it's clearly, it's so obviously, he's running for governor. Let's release the files. Maybe there's something in the files that will embarrass him because we couldn't bring a criminal case against him.
He's trying to politicize a report that came out years ago that actually clarified and exonerated Eric Swalwell. And now they want to change that so that to benefit the president's narrative to try to stop Eric Swalwell from being governor. They're going to corrupt the DOJ. They're going to corrupt investigations. They're going to force people, to give up their careers just for his little petty vendetta. And because he doesn't want someone like Donald Trump doesn't want someone like Eric Swalwell to be able to fight him every day.
And they always claim that you were connected to an alleged Chinese spy. Do you feel like you are being especially targeted, that it's coordinated even with MAGA media almost?
Well, it's because I'm effective.
Republicans called for Representative Eric Swalwell to be removed from the Intelligence Committee, and this was over ties to a suspected Chinese spy.
Representative Swalwell was never in a criminal investigation.
That's what they do. And now look at him. What's Whoopi going to have to say about this tomorrow? The dude quit. He's running for cover. He may be in bigger trouble than that has been exposed. And by the way, the hit job did not come from the Republicans. This thing against Swalwell came from the inside of his own party, who had, again, said all that bull squeeze using the same playbook they use every time one of their own's in trouble. One, it's a partisan witch hunt. Did you hear that in there? Two, it's old news. Three, well, he was never charged. They go through that same litany until the story goes away, which is easy to do when the mainstream media decides they don't want the story in the first place. So that's how the rest of us, our heads are spinning going, this guy was banging a Chinese spy and you let him on the Armed Services Committee, or I think it was Intelligence. What? So that's how they did it. They just kept saying, it's Eric. These Republicans are nuts. They're just jealous. They wish they could get laid like Eric. He's a ladies' man. He loves them a long time. Now we find out he's posting Peter pics. Also, some people are looking deeper into this little video clip, which I don't want to even bring up and describe because it's nauseating to think about Eric Swalwell doing the horizontal bop. But he's trying to mac on this lady on a bed, and she's kind of rebuffing him a little bit, and he keeps trying to give her that, like he's trying to stick his tongue down her throat on this camera. What I didn't notice about that over the weekend, there's another dude on the bed, and there's another woman in the background, and somebody's shooting the video. Who was that? It's probably whoever leaked the video. That's where the doo-doo hits the fan, probably tonight or tomorrow. Who shot that video? And what were they doing? How big was that party? Swalwell's an idiot. Line 3 is Jimmy the Greek. What's up, Jimmy the Greek?
I had a fantastic time Saturday. That was good times.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
Yeah, good to see all y'all. And I would say, what did you say about Swalwell maybe not matching socks? You definitely didn't have the right clothing on. Going back to Swalwell, you remember, because you brought it up, I didn't even know about it. When he first started running for governor, he had this hokey ad where he was pumping iron. Like
I've seen that. Yeah, he was in the house gym.
You brought that up, and he always looks shady to me because he's either shave or don't shave. Don't do this little scruffy look and act so tough. I can't stand that. Clean your act up, buddy. And like you said, and like a lot of your listeners have noticed, he's always looked sketchy to me. And you pointed it out. Glad you said it out loud. One other thing, I saw Artemis 2 lift off last week down in Florida, and man, I have never got goosebumps like that. And I've seen an awful lot of launches. It was incredible, and to see how many people were out watching it, we drove about 30 minutes before the launch to get in the spot that we both wanted to watch. I was with my son, where we wanted to watch the launch from, and everywhere we went by, there were people lining up outside 30 minutes before the launch. And I'm talking about crowds, man, and it was just so moving to see the reaction people had everywhere around where we were in real time. I mean, they were all just oohing and awing and clapping and goosebumping, fist pumping, bumping, and having a cheer and great time. It was awesome. Wish everybody could afford to get down there and see one live. It was special, to say the least. It made me feel great to be an American and be right here. One last thing. When are you going back to Italy?
I don't know, man. We don't have any immediate trips planned, but I do plan on going.
Yeah, I'll probably get there before you do, hopefully.
Yeah.
But anyway, my bad Italian joke. You already know that. I hope you know this one. What do they call the affliction when Italians' one arm's longer or shorter than the other?
I do not know.
You do know?
I don't know.
Oh, you do not know. Okay. Speech impediment. Come on now. You got...
Okay, it took me a second, because they talk with their hands.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here's one
crickets.
more. Here's one more for you.
Go, Jimmy.
The older Italian women, they can't say your name unless it ends in a vowel. So you would be instead of Leland, they look at you and go, "Hey, Leilando." And if your last name or if your first name was Jennifer, they go, "Hey, Jessica." That's a bad joke.
See, that's what. Yeah, good job. Thanks, Jimmy. All right, man. There's Jimmy. I appreciate it. Good to see you this. I ran into Jimmy twice, AJ, this weekend, and he was so kind when I ran into him down at Birmingham Broker. He gave me 2 lira. He collects coins, and he searched out the dates of my birthday and Jessica's birthday. So he gave me one for each of our birthdays, and I told him about your Trinidad coin, and you made the necklace and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's a good guy, but we had a good time. And then I ran into him at the grocery store later on Sunday night. I was over there in the wine aisle and looked up, and there's Jimmy the Greek again. I was like, he's stalking me. No, he just happened to pop in, and it was good to chat with him. So, yeah, I appreciate his dry sense of humor. All right, where we at? Let's go. Let's talk about Lonnie's Furniture Company one more time. I love all the listener response we're getting to the incredible deals and the selection. I'm telling you, you can feel, I don't know if y'all are like, I'm very tactile. I can feel quality when I pick something up. I can smell it. You can sometimes you can see it from a distance. That's why internet shopping can fool you. I've also ordered a bunch of crap online that look good in the photos. But in real life, if you can hold it and sit on it, like with furniture, and touch it and open and close the drawers and the doors and stretch out on the mattress, you can feel what you're looking for. And then you'll see the beauty. Lonnius is like that. You walk in that store. I've walked in furniture stores in years past, and you can kind of smell the synthetic plasticky smell of cheap furniture. Some of y'all know what I mean. You don't feel that in Lonnius. You walk in and it's like, oh, this place just feels good. It already feels like a giant home with all these setups that they have, the way it's beautifully staged. Always consistent value and bargains and price and quality brands that you're going to know, and just beautiful styles that are up to date, and just the sweetest, friendliest small town people you'll ever run into that have it just right about when to help, when to leave you alone, let you think. And they don't care how long you hang out. Sometimes it's a big decision. Go all over that store. It's almost an acre of furniture, and sit on the couch for a while, move to the other one. Heck, take a nap. They don't care. And enjoy the experience and get what's exactly right for your home. And they can help you pull it all together with their expert design staff. It's LaniusFurnitureCompany.com, LAUNIUS off exit 280, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. Back here in just a minute. All right, man, I got a boogie because I hear the music playing and I'm looking at the clock and look at all we've gotten done so far today. Alabama Gold Refinery next up. Gold's been on a little bit of a rally lately, and I've been advising you for a couple of weeks. It was a good buying opportunity when we saw that dip. You know, a lot of these things, when markets move on their own, that's a different analysis than when there's an event like this Iran situation that sends it down or sends it up, and you know it's temporary as soon as the issue's resolved. That's like a car going down the highway making progress and then getting T-boned. So I'm not saying you should play the markets, but if you go talk to Steve, he can explain the circumstances of when it goes up, when it goes down. Here's what you can know about gold. It has held its own throughout world history. I mean, it's one of the few elements we can buy nowadays. They weren't trading in oil and pork bellies and other commodities back in biblical days, but gold was right there. It's mentioned in the Bible. It had a weight value, and they made coins out of it. And you can trace those values to today and see how it's held value. It's pretty amazing history. I'm always fascinated when I go in AGR because there's so much in there to look at. Coins people brought in. You can sell there. You can buy there. You can exchange. You can do all the precious metals, and it's a good, safe location, centrally located in Homewood. So y'all go see Steve. He has been busy as the markets have been up and down and all over the place lately. And let him talk to you about all these, including silver. Don't ignore silver just because it's cheaper per ounce. Percentage-wise, it's been incredible what's happening in the silver market. So, again, everybody needs a resource, a fair place to do these kind of exchanges, and that is AGR, AlabamaGoldRefinery.com. All right, there's another, I don't know what to do with this because I keep seeing it, and I've warned you guys about not just believing everything that's repeated, but some of the sources are sources that have posted in the past, in my estimation, that seem to put trustworthy stuff out there. But it seems like the next shoe to drop is Adam Kinzinger. Y'all remember him, that big crybaby? He was a Republican. He was in Congress. People called him a rhino or whatever. I don't even know what rhino means anymore because the Republican brand is so messed up. But anyway, so this Adam Kinzinger, I don't even know what he's doing now. Have they put him on CNN yet? Anybody that suddenly turns into a Trump critic gets, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, they were trashing that woman. She was double wide trailer park trash. And then she started going after Trump. Now they've all but given her a show. So here's Kinzinger. But the story goes, and I won't give you detail because I want to wait to see how this gets vetted. But the next scandal is that this guy had a proclivity for dating dudes over these gay dating websites, and he had a fake profile that he had set up, and somebody's discovered the whole thing. That he was just, I'm just saying it wasn't farmersonly.com. I don't know what that site would be, but here's Kinzinger. And the thing is, if I got to step back from it, he's disgusting anyway. I don't care what he did in his private life if he's not violating laws or hurting anybody else. I just don't care. I don't want to think about it. And he's already out of Congress. But, Washington's vicious, and we don't know where all this is coming from all of a sudden. But here's Kinzinger now caught up in something, and he's kind of tag team with Swalwell as well. And now you've got this other scandal. Let's talk about the Republicans. It's kind of bipartisan. It's a body. There's some really good people up there, but there's completely surrounded with egomaniac sleazebags as well, people that need attention. There's a personality profile of people that are so ambitious that they'll do anything, and then they've got this dark side. Well, there's this Tony Gonzalez. Do y'all know about this guy? He's a Republican from Texas. They're saying that he is also going to retire from Congress tomorrow. He's going to step down because he's facing sexual misconduct allegations. And if you look at the past of that, he's the one that had a former staffer. I don't know how this is any different than Swalwell, who he'd gotten involved in a relationship with. I don't know what happened, but the girl wound up killing herself and setting herself on fire. And this guy kept denying that it was about him, even though she left some express information. That was why she was in this position. So he tried to hang on too. And I think, so as far as the balance of power in Congress, it's one for the Democrats and one for the Republicans. And Republicans, to their credit, have been calling for this guy to step down. He just refused to do it. He's in a safe district, just like Swalwell is. They can replace him instantly. a Republican governor in Texas, Democrat governor in California. Both of these guys will be replaced, but it's a good thing. This is a good, healthy thinning. I just want to know who all got money paid out of that giant hush fund that they set up years ago and did these payouts and used our money to do it. God, these people are disgusting. One more time for EcoView Windows. Y'all get this done. If you're in a single pane house and it's all leaky, I'm telling you, the industry average is you're losing 35% of your money right out the window. Becky Jackson and her team can fix that with the best windows in the business, the best installers, and they stand behind everything they do. Your house will be beautiful. You might even get a tax rebate on some of this stuff. EcoViewWindows.com, the best in the business. Get them over to your house for a free estimate. Tell Becky Jackson I said, hey, save 35% on your utilities. It's EcoViewWindows.com. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Breaker Man coming up next. Goodbye, AJ.